sure you go to our Instagram page and you follow and you hit the like and subscribe button and you go to Plopplife, P.L.O.P.P.L.I.F.E. People love other people's problems. Again, today our episode is about love. We're going to talk all about love and see what it's all about. And see if we are actually in love, if we're following love, if we're doing love, if we're being loved, or we're receiving love.
Yes.
That's okay?
Yeah.
That's okay. You got to talk up in here, honey. Unless you talk loud like me.
Okay.
That's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear in your headphones?
Yeah.
Everything plugged in? Because you could turn the volume up and down right there. Okay. We do want to welcome again, friends. So listen. Hi, A+.
How you doing? What's going on?
Doing very wonderful.
You got it?
I'm all right. You know, I'm living life.
You living life today?
Yeah, YouTube is popping right now.
YouTube is popping right now? We
own
own it popping in YouTube. How are we looking at YouTube cameras?
Completely different. So
You did?
maybe I need to go ahead
And remember that?
Remember that.
Okay, that's what's up. So we're going to remember that. Okay.
Yeah. No, I got a question for you, Mr. Deshon.
Okay. I have an answer for you too, Mr.
I'm
Mr.
sure
A+.
So we're going to talk some politics a little bit later.
We will, because actually today is election day.
Is it election
It
day?
is.
Really?
Yeah.
It is
Super
November
Tuesday.
5th, huh?
Uh-huh.
See, I'm out the loop. I was gonna.
That's
ask,
in the news. What?
I was gonna ask if you could just kind of give me a nice little rundown of the political landscape as far as like who's still in the running right now. I know some cash dropped off. You feel me? I know we had like 20 Democrats. Now we're down to like 5 out there?
9.
9. Okay.
We're down to 9.
Is Kamala still in the running?
She's still here. She number 4.
Okay.
She number 4 in line.
And then your boy O'Rourke, Beto, he dropped off. What is
He did.
Wasn't he like one of the most popular Democrats?
Well, apparently not, because if you can raise the money and get the following, that means you weren't too popular. But you know, my grandmother always told me it's always better to leave than be put out.
Wow.
So you know, you agree with that? You know, it's better to leave on your own than it is for somebody to escort you out. You understand? Pack up your own bags. Don't have somebody pack them up for you. So he did pop out. Yes, he did. If you want to see us, friends, please do so by logging on to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can see us. We're just plopping. That's what we do. So you can go to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you want to hear us, please make sure you go to Spotify, go to acceleratorradio.net, go to Spreaker, go to iTunes, go to Google Play, all those different things. And you can follow us again on all social media outlets. There seems to be already a friend calling in here. Let's see who this is. Hello, friend. Hi, friend. How are you? Who's this?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I love you too.
Oh, that's your cousin?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for sure. Yes. Thank you. So
that's us. Hi, cousin. What's your friend? What's your name? He is. We're gonna find out how wonderful. Yeah. He is. We're going to find out how wonderful he is. Where you calling from? Okay, Uptown. In the Yay area?
Right.
Yay.
Yeah, the ghetto.
The hood. Ooh, when did he say, ooh, the ghetto, child. Ooh, the ghetto. Listen, let me tell you something. I came up out the ghetto. I love it, so I'm all right. I'm from Southeast San Diego, boo. You know what it is. I just took a bath so I look like I'm not. But you know how we do. Put a little perfume on. Oh, that's what's up. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling us, friends. You too. Hi, friend. Who's this?
Hi.
Come on,
hi, Texas.
Okay. What's up, Texas? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so
What's
much.
your name?
Hi, Tasha. That's so sweet. We love you too. Thank you so much, baby.
Texas representing.
All right.
Thank you. Make sure you stay tuned in. So we're gonna talk to Mr. Matthews. I mean Ken Doggy Dog. Excuse me.
Right. Ken Doggy
Ken Doggy
Dog.
Dog.
The show.
Okay, it's popping up in here. Hi, friend. Who is this? Hi. Fine. What's your name, baby?
Nene.
Hi,
Hi,
Nene. Nene, where you calling from, boo? Detroit. Hey, DTM.
Okay.
We doing good. You call to talk to Ken Doggy Dog? I'm gonna get it right. You did?
Thank you
Really?
so much.
How so? How does he inspire you?
Thank you.
Oh,
We
wow.
appreciate the positivity. Thank you.
Yes.
That's so awesome, baby.
Ken Dog.
Yes. Thank you.
Make sure you stay tuned in to the show. So we're gonna talk to Ken Dog, and we're gonna talk about love, okay? Okay, perfect. Hey. That was real live, real quick.
Right.
You better bring them out like T.I. Bring them out. Bring them out.
America staying up late, y'all.
Okay.
Right.
Detroit,
Right.
Texas, you worldwide. Hey. Okay, that's love. That's real love. But that is our topic for tonight. We're gonna talk about love, honey. We're gonna talk about a few things in the flip and rotate. Anybody who is a friend, who may be a new friend today, who may not be, who may be here every week, we know we flip and rotate. That's a portion of our show where we take some of the issues and we delve into them a little bit deeper. We call it flip and rotate because we are all on the big green virtual sofa, no matter if you're listening today, tomorrow, last week, or next year. You are on the green sofa with us, and we're all friends, and we're just plopping, we're just kicking the shit. Okay. So when you do that, but sometimes you got to clean up.
Yes.
So how we clean up is we flip and rotate the pillows. So when you got your sofa, you got to pick your pillows up. You clean up under them sofa cushions. See what's under there that you may have been looking for, may have lost, didn't know you lost, didn't know you needed, whatever the case may be. You flip them back over, you fluff them back up, and you got a new sofa again. Yeah. In that particular section, what we going to be talking about, Sacha? Granger?
Right. Granger
why
today.
You say it like that?
Because she said Granger tonight.
I did.
She was specific.
Yeah. The Granger had to come out. Barcelona court acquits 5 men of rape due to an unconscious victim.
Amazing.
So we'll be speaking of that. A 13-year-old boy kills a 10-year-old girl in China, but yet he cannot be charged. JP Morgan Chase is hiring people with criminal backgrounds.
Yes,
so
they are.
Really, really huge. And Senegal legalized sex work. So those are going to be the topics we'll touch on in our flip and rotate portion.
Yeah. Can we give a shout out to Cheesecake de Granger right now as I eat on my jelly beans? I love them too. It's terrible, huh?
That's how you hear it.
I know, that's what I hear. I smell them though. The jelly beans actually smell.
I'm closing my mouth with my jelly bean.
Yeah.
Do you have a jelly? Do you have a jelly bean cheesecake?
No, I do not. But I do have.
You make that?
I do make cheesecake.
No, like jelly bean cheesecake.
No, that I don't. Not yet.
I mean, is it even like?
Well, what you could do is you could probably capture the essence of jelly beans, so like the fruity flavor, and put it in the cheesecake.
Like Strange, the essence.
Right. Really? Yeah. But you never
had jelly bean, or you never had cheesecake?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See, I'm working on that.
Okay. You never had jelly beans, or you never had cheesecake?
No, I never had a jelly bean cheesecake.
Oh, I don't think anybody has.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing, you could probably top it with jelly beans too, but it would be. Yeah, it would just be probably capturing, like I said, the essence of the jelly bean. But jelly beans are just sweet. It's just sugar. Yeah. What's a distinctive flavor for a jelly bean? It's really not.
But if they wanted to get a flavor you do sell, how do they do that?
CheesecakeDeGranger.com.
Boom.
Call or text as well, 310-774-6701.
Call now if you want.
No, don't call us now.
Call now. Go to the website. Yeah, they can leave a message. Yeah,
sure
get them orders in.
Yes.
It's about to be sweet potato cheesecake coming up. It's about to be, what's the other one? Pumpkin cheese. That's the other one.
Pumpkin, sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
I have some. I have to do some.
Those are seasonal flavors in case you guys don't know. Eggnog is a seasonal one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, give us a call and we'll be happy to accommodate you for your desserts for the holidays.
And they all have homemade whipped cream on them.
All of
no
them.
Cool Whip.
No.
We like Cool Whip, but
we do?
Not on there.
Do we?
Yeah, I like Cool Whip.
You do?
I do. I love it.
I don't like it no more.
You said what?
No.
What you say? A+ talking big shit. I heard you.
You like Cool Whip?
Not really.
Whipped cream?
Yeah.
You like whipped cream?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me too. So anyway, we do. We got a random event. A+, you got a random event?
Not a random event. I just wanted to highlight YouTube. You feel me? We don't highlight YouTube as much.
We don't.
We say hello to the folks on Instagram.
Oh, we do.
We do talk about.
Facebook.
Oh, we do.
Instagram and Facebook.
But somebody by the name of EJ Versailles.
Okay, it's on Facebook. It's on YouTube.
And he just wanted to say hello, and he wanted to go ahead and say that you rock, Kenny. So. Much love from EJ Versailles off of YouTube.
It's love for Kenny.
Kenny, you rock.
Yes.
Hey, what is that? The big head bounce?
Yeah.
You too young to know what that dance is. I don't know about the big head bounce. But okay. Thank you so much, EJ Versailles. He loves that. Okay.
And if you guys do want to call in and continue to speak with Kenny, you can give us a call, 310-910-9676, extension number 1.
Mm-hmm. That would be it. We do want to make sure that we are taking our time we just have a couple of condolences to send out. One is to the amazing John Witherspoon, who we know after our show last week, we found out that he passed away last Tuesday from cardiac arrest. He was 77 years old. And if anybody doesn't know who this man is, this man was a comedic god as far as stand-up comedy and in movies, which is awesome because, it's not easy to do that, especially when you get a little bit older. But this man is he's like an urban legend. Like everybody knows him from Boomerang with the Bang Bang Bang. Everybody know him from Friday. He was Ice Cube's dad. He was in so many different movies.
And also, I didn't know. Remember that show called Good Times?
Yes.
He was on there.
He sure was. He was a police officer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I watched Good Times, boo.
Even
over and over and over.
Even his wife was on there too.
Oh, his wife was on there too?
Yeah, remember the girl, what is it, Friday After Next? Miss Pearly, right?
Oh, that was his wife?
Yeah, that's really his wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I know Florida's sister was on there.
Yeah.
Esther Rowe, her sister was on there for
he sustained longevity because he said he accepted roles that were for older men. He said, and he accepted the fact that he was getting older in Hollywood and he wasn't trying to stay young to have particular roles, and that's why he was able to work for so long, from starting very young up until now, until when he expired.
And his services were today. They had his funeral services. They funeralized him today in LA.
Let's not forget about the Wayans brothers too, though.
Oh yeah,
I know, Pops.
Yeah. Almost every day.
Pops.
That really was.
Yeah. I mean, so many. There's so many. I mean, how could you list them? But there's so many. Oh, look, Chuchu said, I didn't know that. So teach.
Yeah.
Okay. And also another gentleman from television, Rudy Boish. He was the oldest cast member on Survivor. He died. And he was 91.
Plopplife.
But when he was on Survivor, he was 72. Yeah, so we want to send our good energy, our good spirits, our prayers, our good thoughts and condolences to the families of those people and all the people that we've mentioned, even from the conception of this podcast, everyone who's dealing with that, because we do know that a lot of us, I know myself and Sacha and sure everybody in this, friends who are listening, have dealt with, you know, people, our family members or loved ones transitioning. And it's an ongoing situation, creating a new normal. Because you don't go back to something else. You have to do a new normal. And there's no time limit on grief. So we want to just make sure we're always sending our good prayers and thoughts for people who are experiencing those things. And it looks like we have another friend on the line. Pop, 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 pop. Hi, friend. Fine, how are you, doll? Good. What's your name?
Did you say doll?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Phil. You said it's somebody else too?
Phil and Tommy.
Hi, Phil and Tommy.
Phil and Tommy.
How y'all doing? Where y'all calling from? Okay, come on. Waynesburg. All up in the country.
Right.
What's up? Nothing. How you doing, bro? Yeah, you know, I'm that guy.
Right.
he that dude. That's Ken Doggy Dog.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Did you want to say anything else to Kenny? Or Ken Dog?
Huh? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Okay.
All right, artists.
Okay.
Y'all have some music? You do? We'll send them to plopplife@yahoo.com and we'll play it for you. Plop, yeah, the show that you're listening to and calling in. Plop. P.L.O.P.P. L.I.F.E.
Yes.
You can go to Ken Dog's page. He tagged us in his story. You can follow us from there and you can reach out to and contact us with some material. We love to play it for you. We love pumping up our friends. No problems.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Glad to help. You too, bro.
Glad to help. Thank you.
Have a good night. And continue to watch the show, though. Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Glad to help. I like those words. These are my favorite words because I like to help. Yeah. Do you want to give any shout outs to anybody right now?
No, I can't think of right now.
Okay. Well, you can shout them out throughout the entire show. We got 2 hours, baby. All right. Okay.
Well, an hour and a half.
Well, same thing. We're gonna do a random vent right now. You have a random vent? You got a random vent, A+?
No, I do not.
You got a random vent this week? Word up. Okay, no worries. Okay, that's all good. You have a random vent, darling?
Not right now.
What? No, you have to do one. You don't get to pass. Just say something that's random. Something that just like you. It could be inspirational. It could be a pet peeve. It could be anything. Anything, darling. A+ is not required to vent, but you are.
I would say have more gratitude for yourself. Because you know, I get like a lot of like DMs.
Okay.
And the main question what people ask me is like, how do I maintain my happiness even after everything I go through and stuff like that? And I always tell people gratitude is really the key. Because gratitude will block a lot of negativity.
You better say it.
It really does.
You better say it.
That's awesome. Awesome
like seriously,
point of view.
Like, you know, you can be grateful for waking up this morning. You know, that's a blessing.
That is a blessing.
You know, if you can go outside and have no legs, that's a blessing.
It is.
If you know, if your hands on that stuff and you can still do this and that, that's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
It really is. So start coating your mind with gratitude.
Coach your mind with it. Definitely. Come on, preacher. Coach your mind with it. Oh, you see, you say you didn't inspire him. You didn't scratch him up out of his head.
He did.
Come on, scratch it out.
I just want to say I appreciate that random event because I swear, like, that's kind of been my prayer for like the past like couple of weeks or so.
Gratitude.
And absolutely. And as you're speaking though, right? Like I'm over here like getting upset because it's like, although I realize that and I understand it.
Yes.
It's still kind of hard to like be happy, even in that gratitude though. Like, like I know I should be grateful for it.
Yes.
But like the feeling is kind of like I feel like what I'm missing.
Help yourself.
And that's why I'm kind of like that's probably my challenge right there.
Yes, definitely.
Help yourself, A+.
That was really good.
I love it.
Yeah. So
hey. Hi, baby. Can you hear us? Go ahead. You got a random vent down there?
Oh, yes, I do.
What's your random vent?
Sometimes, what I told you, Kitty, sometimes you got to check people.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And put them in their place.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
We did. Yeah, sometimes you have to let people know when they have offended you and stepped out of line. So that's my random vent. Don't be afraid of a little confrontation. Sometimes you need to have that in order for people to know how to treat you and how to deal with you. So again, check them. Check them when they need to be checked. I give you permission to check them when they need to be checked.
You teach people how to treat you.
But also, like, that's what I'm working on myself. Because I sometimes feel like in society, people always try to make you the villain when they did something to you first or something. That's
true.
You know?
Say it.
And that's kind of messed up.
Because now you speak. Come, you preaching tonight.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth.
It's serious.
Let me tell you something. It's amazing you said that because a few weeks ago when we were on here, I said the same thing. I said, you know what? Yeah. Because someone's telling a story right now and you the villain.
Right.
Yeah.
Understand that there are always perspectives. Yeah. So the same story you telling where you are the victim or you have to, somebody telling that same story and you the villain.
Yes.
That's true.
That's very true.
Very true.
But also, want to know something?
I do.
Okay. You know Beyonce, right?
Well, not personally, but I know
who that is. Who is that?
I mean, hey, okay, everybody knows Beyonce.
Yes, we know her.
But have you noticed, because I think I noticed this for like a long time, I've seen people say like the meanest things about her. But have you noticed Beyonce, she never ever cuts back at nobody.
She don't.
Like,
she doesn't.
Like nobody. And that's crazy.
Do you know why?
Why?
She don't need to.
Well, you know what? I do know why.
Why?
Because it's like, look who she goes home to every night.
Well, you think that's it?
You know what? But you know what though? Above all that, because everybody in their life is a Beyonce to somebody else. So go ahead.
Okay, at the same time, I do think she does get offended because she's
of course she does, because she's human.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe I know she's more elevated than us, but
she's not.
You don't think so?
No, I know she's not. The only one who sits high and look low is God.
Oh,
so we're all on the even playing field. He always looks at, and thank God that he looks at us evenly. But what I was going to say was the reason why she does not, because she understands the concept. Everybody can do this on their own level. I'm not responding to that because it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Once somebody says something about you, it's something they're saying. Once you respond to it, you've now given that person life.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just a meaningless individual. Yeah. And I have to say mind over matter. I don't mind and you don't matter. It doesn't matter. Those are all things that matter. You give life and you respond to those who love you. Yeah. So, not to the ones who have nothing positive to say about you.
That's true.
I think that's where it comes from the most though. But I have a random vent.
Okay.
My random vent is God does not work on your schedule or your time. If you want what he says you can have, you have to do what he said. Period. No matter how you feel, no matter how you think it's going to turn out, if you want what he has for you, you must do what he said. That's it. Doing what you feel is going to get you what you've gotten. You have to do what he said for you to do. And sometimes that just means stepping out there. I think that's why he's big on faith. You have to step out there on faith, even when you don't know what the next step is, when you don't know if you're going to make it or if you're going to fall into it or not. You have to just step out there. But as a part of that is trust. If you trust that this is an entity or a spirit or the source that loves you, then you have no problem doing that, because there's no problem following about you or believing who you love. And I guess we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Love. But we do have a little couple of items in the news. The first thing in the news is Popeyes then brought that chicken sandwich back, honey. Have you had the chicken sandwich from Popeyes?
You know what? I never, ever had it.
You never had it?
No. But also, it's like, I don't really see the big deal about it, though.
You don't?
No.
That's because you never had it. It's a big. Well, you know what? I agree with you to an extent. I've had it. I've had it when they brought it up the first time, and I've had it since they. I had one. Matter of fact, I ate it last night, and I did. But it is good, but it's not to the extent of what people are doing out there. Like somebody just died. Somebody died. Somebody died yesterday. It was in a fight in Maryland. There was a gentleman who was, I don't know if he cut somebody in line or if somebody cut in front of him, but they got into an altercation. He got stabbed and died at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And the headline is pulverized for poultry. Like really, you pounded for poultry? But you know what? And I think people are minimizing it and they're bringing it down to, oh my God, that chicken ain't that good. And it's really not even about the chicken. It is the mindset that we're in now as people, as a society of, I need to cop this first. I need to make sure that I say it first. So I say I had it and you haven't. So we're going to stand in these lines and do all these things. It doesn't make a difference what it is for some people because it's very much so. Chicken, shoes, iPhones, and all of it's the same thing. Because people are just like, I want to get up on that first. They stand in line for Jordans. They stand in line for Yeezys. They stand in line for these iPhones. Yeah. Chicken ain't no different.
Yeah. For real.
Wow. It seems like the Popeye chickens are hitting the streets more than the crack did in the 80s.
Let me tell you, honey. They did bring it back on. The funny thing about it is they brought it back on Sunday, which was National Chicken Sandwich Day.
Oh, so this was recent.
Right? Yeah, this is just Sunday. They just brought it back Sunday.
Because somebody made a post about it. Because didn't they make it like a couple of months ago, then they stopped?
They did.
Yeah.
Because what they didn't anticipate on is that it was so popular, they ran out of all the inventory that they had for chickens across the United States.
Wow.
Because it took off like that.
I think a friend of mine at that time, when it was, coming out, he said, he was on the phone, don't you know, like Popeye's chicken sandwich, a lot of people be lining up at the,
the lines have been reduced.
Yeah.
The line, like a DMV place.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's been
Sunday,
going on.
It was like 30 cars easily.
Yeah.
Cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they're running out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But they did take a look. They did take a couple of little digs at Chick-fil-A because they have like this particular what they call a chicken sandwich war, whatever the case may be. But Chick-fil-A have posted they hope that all their clients, all their customers enjoyed National Chicken Sandwich Day, not realizing that National Chicken Sandwich Day fell on Sunday and Sundays they're closed.
Wow.
So Popeyes tweeted back at them, "Y'all all right?"
Yeah.
It was funny, but it was a situation where they just kind of capitalized off that because they were not open that day, and they did go out and apologize for all that, whatever. But what also ties into that too, because again, I was telling A Plus a little bit earlier that today's election day. Today is election day for a lot of different cities across America. Not every city, not every county, but the part of the thing that makes it so crazy is the relevance and the balance in life, because you should be able to have balance. Because people are like, oh my God, people are standing in these lines for the chicken sandwich. If you like that, that's fine, whatever. But you know what? Have that same enthusiasm for these. Y'all not standing in line like that for these elections, though. That's more important. The chicken sandwich is good. Not like not it's no comparison till it is right now. Period. Thank you. Like we're gonna keep it real all the way real. People ain't doing it like that.
But to diminish it in like that.
That's not diminishing it. That's not it's not diminishing it.
Because some people do care as much for voting than they do.
Good. Well, then I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to the people who are in these particular lines, who are doing all this food, fighting for. We're not fighting that hard to vote. And that's not indisputable. We're not fighting that hard for it. There are people who are voters who care about it, who do it. But as far as to the extent that they're taking nothing, like, going out into the polls and doing the stuff like that, they're not doing it like that. So we just want to make sure we have some balance, because there's some very important things going on right now as far as what's happening. For a lot of people don't know that in their particular counties, they're voting on sales tax. They're voting on raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour for hospitality workers. They're voting on city council seats. And although we can't be privy to some of the things like the impeachment process, we don't have a vote in that. You know, we don't have a vote in what's going to happen to if he's on, you know, these Ukrainian calls, what his may be. But we have on our local levels, we have the ability to vote for people who are going to go up there and represent what we like to have happen on those levels.
John Eric.
So we do want to make sure that we're paying attention to that. And today is actually 1 year to the date where we'll have our presidential election. So it'll be 1 year from today. In 2020, we will have a very huge election. And so what people also don't realize too is that today's vote was I think primarily in LA County was the last time that you'll be able to vote in neighborhood polling. Yeah. They're now setting up polling centers. They'll have a polling center, so you won't be going to like your neighborhood carpet store or the church, whatever, no more. And you'll also have access to these polling centers up to 10 days prior to the election, and that's going to start at March of next year, because we have I think Super Tuesday's March 3rd, so you can start going February 22nd to the polling. Okay. So we hope they stand in line like they did at Pop-Pop. Because because in March that's not going to be at a presidential election, obviously, but it will be a very important one. Oh, okay. Because we know people like Mitch McConnell's coming up for re-election, and we don't want that to happen either. All right. So those kind of things are important.
Gotcha.
Any thoughts on those things? No. Silence tells me no. Also, there's a gentleman in the news by the name of McCullis. He is an Indonesian man who is a politician in Indonesia, and I hope I'm saying his name right, but he is a person who was publicly flogged for what people don't know what that is. That means that when they lash you out in public, publicly flogged for committing adultery. But he is the same person who came up with this law to be a flogging for certain crimes. He works with the government to decide which crimes are going to be religious crimes will be up for public flogging, and one of them is adultery. The other is drinking. Yeah. I think drinking, and also homosexuality, which is illegal there. But he advises the agency on that. He received 28 lashes publicly, and people were filming him because they're like, "You the one who came up with this shit, and now you was the one caught." She got flogged too. She did, I guess, to be fair. And they said that this has happened, I guess, since 2016, this has been a law. And so last year they did 15 people were flogged. Five of them were women. And they had 2 men who were flogged for being gay, and they got 83 lashes apiece.
83. Wow.
And it's not like little taps. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's really terrible. They still have laws like that. But it really kind of speaks to that people's mindset as far as how they pick and choose. Even in Bible, with churches a lot, they pick and choose what sin is greater than the other. Like it was okay for him to be an adulterer, and he got 28 lashes. But these 2 men who were gay got 83 apiece.
Wow.
Right. So I always say people pick and choose what they take up issue with. No.
I mean, I just can't believe that happened.
Believe it.
Man.
We don't have as many rights around the world as we do in America. And although we have a lot of things that could be rectified and that are really kind of like messed up, it still doesn't compare to some of the other places around the world. Maybe. I mean, could you imagine them if they did that kind of stuff in America, flogging, lashes? They probably would be lashing right now. Huh?
Well, I mean, America is like the dirtiest country, somewhat.
You think so?
Of how?
Because it's like more crime here than other countries. Like
maybe if they did flog, it wouldn't be so much crime.
You think it's more crimes, or do you think it's just like we hear about it more because we're here?
No, there's definitely more crime statistically in America.
Yeah,
that's that.
You think it's more crimes here?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's like
you think it's more crimes here
than other places of the world?
Uh-huh.
No.
You don't?
The Middle East? Come on now.
America is up there. You can look that up.
Yeah,
stats. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think there's other places in the world too
that
can compete for sure. Yeah. I'd rather be here in America than probably the Middle East.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that I do agree with.
Definitely.
It is a lot more crime than other places.
Yeah.
I agree. I think there are a lot more crimes. I think there are other places that have a lot more than us as well. I think that they just take care of their. I think a lot. We have so many because we have so many rights and liberties. I think we just get away with more shit because they're like, you can't do that. Because I have rights. Other places they're like, we communists. You ain't got no rights. You have the right to do what we told you to do. Yeah. That's what you have your rights to. Also, there was a woman by the name of Rebecca Andrews. Really quickly, she is a person. She's a travel journalist, and what she did was she got caught trying to avoid baggage claims, so she faked a pregnancy. So she put extra jackets on, and her clothes couldn't fit inside of her bag, and she didn't want to pay the extra $60 fees. So she put her laptop cord and her cords underneath her stomach, and she made a fake baby hump. After she went through security, she stuck her laptop in the back of her stretchy jumpsuit. One of the flight attendants, she was in Australia. One of the flight attendants saw and was like, boo-boo. But she felt bad about it. She says that she was like, it was a lazy and uncreative hack, and she was like, I just can't believe that I would exploit a woman's unique ability to give life just to save $60 on baggage fees. But she said if she had to do it over again, she would just come up with a better excuse if she could. Oh, God. That's her only regret. That was hilarious to me. I'm like, golly, because these baggage fees are horrible. They're high. They were there for like a bailout for the gas, but they make so much billions off of it. They're never going to get rid of it.
Of course, they knew that when they started charging. They were never going to go back to how it was.
Expensive.
Yeah. Expensive. They charge you for the food. They charge you for the most nasty ass, dry ass peanuts. They charge you for the little cup of water. It's really like a mouthwash sized cup of water. They split a can of soda with you and 3 other people and put it full of ice. But anyway, that was that. And also, really quickly too, Anaya Blanchard, who's the stepdaughter of a UFC fighter, Walt Harris. He extra fine. But anyway, his stepdaughter has been missing for 2 weeks. And they're still looking for her. Her car was found in Montgomery, Alabama, and it had damage to the door and the fender. And they're right now putting billboards, flyers, and they're putting blue ribbons up everywhere on all the businesses and everywhere like that to signify that they're still looking for her. So, friends out there at any part of the world, especially if you're somewhere in Montgomery, in Alabama, or near there, please, you can look her up. I think she was on our story before. She was on our story, but you can look her name up. It's Anaya, Aniah Blanchard. She is missing. If you see this young lady, they are looking for her. So please call your local authorities if you see her or see her with anybody, because her family is looking for her, and they're now suspecting that it's like foul play. It's terrible. So we do want to send our prayers out there too. We do want to also send our prayers to the family of a lady by the name of Laura Hurst, who is a 36-year-old woman who was found strangled by a 8-foot python. She was. The medical examiner said she died from asphyxiation. She was found dead with the python around her neck by a neighbor, I believe.
Wow.
Then he was able to get the python off because it wasn't tight, but she, of course, has already died. He called 911. And when the authorities came, they found 140 snakes in the house. Ooh. This was called Snake House. It's a house she had just for snakes. She didn't live there, but it was a house she had just for snakes.
Like poisonous snakes too?
I don't know if there were any poisonous snakes in there, but there were pythons in there. And so they said she would go there like, I think twice a week or so, and she would go and check on them, check on the snakes. But I was like, that's sad and everything, and I don't have anything negative to say about that. However, you have a whole house for snakes, and there's homeless people.
I mean, if you got a house full of snakes, one of them's gonna bite you. So,
but I mean, yeah, they could or could not. But I mean, you can't house people. Like I said, people, I just don't understand the things people take up issue with.
Yeah.
You know, it's really crazy. But they did say no one lived in the house. She didn't even live there. The house was specifically for the snakes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine living in a house if somebody lived there with 140 snakes on the loose. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know if she fell asleep, she dozed off and been knocked over. I don't know, but that's how she died.
Yeah, like one of my people said, yeah, those snakes, they can turn on you. So yeah.
I guess like any other animal, it's a wild animal, right? Exactly. Can you domesticize a snake?
Yeah. Oh.
No? Good Lord. Oh, well. Anyway, friends. We have a friend coming on. Hi, friend. There's a friend coming on before we take her to the musical break. They gone? Okay, well. Oh, hi, friend. How you doing? Good. What's your name? Hi, Callie. Where you calling from? You calling from where, baby? Greensboro? Okay. Did you call to talk to Ken Doggy Dog? I did it right. Yeah. You did? What you want to say to him? Because he can hear you, baby.
Yeah. Huh? Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. You all right? You sure? What's your message? What you want to say, baby? What you saying?
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Thank you.
It's already okay, baby.
Thank you.
You so sweet.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everybody just showing you love, boo. Yeah. That's what the show is called, Love, appropriately named. The show's today topic is love, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later, but we're going to go take a little song break, a little love song break, and we're going to come back and talk to Kenny Doggy Dog Matthews. Yes. I can say it like that?
You want to.
If I want to? You so easy. I love it.
Thank you.
Hey.
So,
I need LL Cool J, honey. Anyway, welcome back, friends. We are back here plopping down. People have other people's problems here. Every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8 to 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We are going to be on your, I was going to say boob tube, but you know what? Speak it, honey. Coming to a television near you at some time. But no, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And we're also in your ear on Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, and all those good things. You can call again, like she said, or like Sacha said earlier, 310-910-9676, option 1. Apparently, everybody knows that number because they've been calling. And you can talk to Mr. Ken Doggy Dog. Ken Dog.
What's that?
This you, boo. What up?
What up?
How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm grateful.
Grateful.
Yes.
You said gratitude.
Yeah. Well,
I love it. Yeah. This your segment, boo. We talking.
All right.
Specifically to you, darling.
Right.
Ken, where you from?
Sacktown.
Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento.
Okay, Sacramento. How long you been in LA?
Almost 3 years.
You like it?
I love it down there.
You do?
Yes.
What makes you come to LA?
More opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
For?
To elevate myself, become somebody, because I feel like I have a purpose.
Do you do because you're here?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
everybody here living and breathing has a purpose.
Exactly, because if you're alive today, you have a purpose.
Right.
When your purpose is fulfilled, you check out.
Yes, exactly. So yeah.
What is it? What direction are you trying to travel in? What do you know what your purpose is already?
A lot of people tell me that I should be like a motivational speaker.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but I'm kind of not good at stuff like that.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because, okay, like.
Can you talk?
Huh?
Can you talk?
I mean, I'm talking right now.
Exactly.
But at the same time, when it comes to public speaking, a lot of people can't, handle that.
It's just practice, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's just practice, and once you get comfortable.
The only reason why you could not do it or can't do it is because you keep professing the saying, I'm not good at that. You are good at anything you decide to do.
Yeah.
That's a lesson I had to learn. Anything you put your mind to, anything that God has given you the insight to do, you have the ability to do. He don't talk to me about singing. You know why? I wouldn't sell nothing. I would go double glass. I would have, because that's not my ministry. He's like, baby, you can sing only in the shower by yourself when nobody can hear. But he's talking to you about something. Obviously, but you said a lot of people tell you that. What do you feel your purpose is?
Well,
what do you see yourself doing that doesn't feel like work?
I want to say I'm into like acting.
Okay.
So I like to see what I can, bring to the table as far as like making people laugh and,
Because you have a lot of jokes on your Instagram page.
I do.
You do.
I do. But, yeah.
Give us a little background though on what happened to you. How did you become a burn survivor?
I became a burn survivor. Okay, my accident occurred when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
A baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I was a minor. So, at that time, I was living with my mom and grandfather.
Okay.
And we were living in an apartment. So, I remember the day that it happened. Like my mom went somewhere. And she left me and my grandfather in an apartment by ourselves.
Okay.
So me being like
your mom left you and your grandfather. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me being a typical 3-year-old, I was just busy being a kid. So
mischievous, getting into stuff.
Yeah. So I was just playing with my toys, watching TV. But if I can recall, my grandfather, he was knocked out on the couch in the back of me. So all of a sudden, I just hear this big commotion coming from the left of my head in the back, and the window like just shattered. That's when like the fire came about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm thinking somebody must have like threw something at the window, or like the little furnace blew out on the side of the window.
Okay.
So I really don't know how the fire started.
Okay.
Does anybody know how the fire started to this day?
Well, I've been getting certain information in my ear.
From?
Well, he doesn't want to say from.
Well, I don't say no names, but
okay. I mean, I wasn't aware that you couldn't.
Yeah. So okay, but from what I was told, this happened like early 90s or late 80s. I was told like back then they didn't have like electric stoves, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had electric stoves then.
Okay, but because from what I was told, more gas stoves was more popular, right?
Probably. They still are.
Okay, because I've heard that whenever you leave a gas stove on, it can kind of,
You mean if the gas is on?
Yes.
The gas part? Yeah. Because the fumes get in the air.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway.
It could turn into a bomb.
Yeah, like anyway, I heard like stuff like that. That's what happened. That would cause the fire. But hey, I don't know. But anyway.
It was in y'all's house?
The apartment,
yeah. In your apartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all I did after that fire happened, I was like panicking, trying to get out the house because I didn't want to die.
Of course.
Exactly.
Not.
Yeah. So my grandfather, thank God he was there, because I felt like if he wasn't there, I wouldn't have been here. But when he woke up coughing due to the smoke inhalation, he was like dying because of smoke. So he had a little bit of strength to like get me out, but the only way I could get out the apartment was through the window, and that's where the fire was coming from. Yeah. So what he did, he picked me up under my arms and carried me over the window, but the fire, shredded my clothes. And,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and that's when the ambulance came.
Okay. What happened to your grandfather? Did he survive it?
No, he passed away in the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So someone was able to catch you outside the window? When he let you out the window, or was the apartment on the first floor?
Yeah, the lower floor.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah.
Oh.
So you said the fire was coming from outside your house?
What?
The fire was coming from outside your house?
It was coming like
from another room.
No, like it was coming from outside the house, but it was on like the little what you call it, little thing, the little the surface of the window.
Oh, like the window seal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't from the stove, because I was thinking when you said stove, like turn the gas. When you said about this, we were describing the stove and asking about. I thought it had to do something with the kitchen area.
Well, that's what
but it
I
did.
Thought.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
So it came from outside.
Yeah.
So how long?
So they think it's maybe like a vandalism sort of situation.
Probably.
How long did you stay in the hospital?
I don't remember that.
Really?
I don't remember that. No.
Or even nothing from your was it months? You don't
I
remember?
think months. Because I had like numbers of operations.
Okay.
So yeah.
How many operations have you had?
I can't even count, but
really,
like I've been having operations. Oh, I think after I turned 21, you're no longer considered like you can't go to like a children's hospital.
Right.
Okay.
So that's when everything, no operations at all.
Okay. So you haven't had an operation since you were 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But altogether.
So you don't need any more?
I don't think so. No. I'm going to like accept myself who I look like and who I am.
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah.
So you were saying altogether, what were you going to say?
Oh, I think like over like 200 operations.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And skin grafts?
Yeah, skin grafts. Yes. Yes. So yeah, it's a lot.
To do all that and to sit here and say, I'm still going to be grateful means it should speak to so many people.
Yes.
Us included in here.
Yes, exactly.
To be grateful. You are an inspiration. And just saying that is motivational speaking.
Thank you.
You don't have to be Tony Robbins. You don't have to give TED Talks. You are a TED Talk.
Yes.
You can do that is the positivity that I'm choosing to speak into.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no more saying that you can't do it and you don't feel comfortable. They just said, I'm going to train myself on how to, and whatever those avenues are.
Yeah.
Because again, whatever you decide, whatever is put into your head to do by God, and not to, I don't know if you believe in God or not. I'm trying to force it onto you, but that's who I believe, and so I have to profess that. But wherever your higher power is, if they tell you that they've entered this into your mind, you could do it, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
And as a matter of fact, I think last week I posted this. It was a black guy. He was the first African American to have like a face transplant.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your page.
Yeah,
I did.
That. Yeah. And I was like, wow, because like most people that you see on TV, their work don't look that good. Like it really don't. Like because
you better come on with their work.
I'm serious, because it's like people will pay all that money.
No, I was so one of the people was on there asking, was it arson? We don't know if it was arson, baby.
Right. It's unknown.
But go ahead.
No, but I was saying like most celebrities that get like all that work done, it still don't look right.
You said most celebrities? Okay. This person was a celebrity?
No.
This was just a regular person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, like whoever did his work, they did a good job,
It did look good.
Yeah, they did look good.
It really did.
Yeah. So anyway, like a friend of mine, he commented on my post about the guy, and he asked me, he was like, hey, do you want to do something like this? And at first it was like, I kind of do, but no, I really don't want to do this. So another friend commented, and she asked me why. And I said, because I feel like I'm fine just the way I am. And plus, I don't know what I'm going to look like when I get older. So with that being said, God is not through with me yet.
That's true.
So.
Well, you better say something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, how did you become so comfortable and positive with everything that you've experienced? Because a lot of people who've been calling in, they look to you as inspiration. They see that positivity. One of our people who watch the show, John Eric St. James, he says he sees a human being with a lot of character. So were you always this positive after the incident?
No, I wasn't. Like, it's funny because like a lot of my peoples at home, like they used to tell me stuff like, like when you were a little boy, you was a badass boy. Like,
you was bad?
Yeah.
Like every other child.
Yeah.
Right.
But over the years, people do change, whether it's good or bad. But also, I tell people, if you hang around a certain type of folks, that's gonna make you be like that person as well.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah, because they say positivity is contagious.
It is.
It really is.
Negativity is too.
Yeah, negativity is too. So yeah, like I started to hang around with people who I felt like that was a good, friend, best friend, or like a mentor. And ever since that, like, I just became, a new person.
Do you have a best friend?
I really don't like to use that word like that.
Okay.
But I do.
Somebody you're very close to, like a confidant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, his name is Ragu.
Hi, Ragu.
Ragu Green.
I got that Ragu, like that good sauce.
Yeah.
Ragu Green, you got that good sauce? Okay.
What percentage of your body was burned? And did you have any other injuries aside from the exterior, with just being burned?
I remember when I was young, like between my teenage years, my grandmother told the doctor told her that 85% of my body is burned. Yes, okay. 85. So, yeah, 85.
So what give us like a rundown of your day to day? What do you do? Or how do you move about day to day?
I don't really do nothing like that, but I do try to come up with like concepts.
You don't do nothing like what?
Like, I don't really go nowhere like that because I refuse to be around people that's shady, because there's a lot of negative people out there.
There are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of positive people out there too.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm very guarded. I really am.
I understand, me too.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, I'm very guarded. So I refuse to hang around other people like that. Yeah. But if I'm not doing anything, I'll just like play a game.
Okay.
At home?
Yeah.
Do you live alone?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll play a game, or I try to think of what my next video should be to post.
Okay.
Yeah, and try to just
build your brand.
Yeah, build my brand. Yeah. So,
are there certain things that you cannot do, or find it difficult to do?
Cooking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you had posted a video on your page, and it was like, I guess I'm assuming that you get a lot of questions about, are you able to dress yourself and things of that nature? And you showed a whole. I know, and I'm saying I saw that because I saw you did. This is how you dress. This is how I dress myself every single day. And you did a whole video of that. So do people ask you those questions a lot?
Not now. No.
But they did before.
Yeah, they did before. Yeah.
So a lot of the times, I guess a lot of the inspiration for the videos that you post comes from the questions a lot. Maybe the more prevalent questions that people ask you, and you just do something visually for them to see that, yes, I can do that, versus just saying it. Yeah. Okay, come on, visual arts. Do you produce your own videos, or somebody helps you do it?
Well,
you set the camera up like this and keep it moving?
That's a good question, because like it's not hard for me to make a video.
Okay.
But it is hard for me to come up with like the idea.
Concept.
Yeah, concept. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So I try to like get inspiration from like YouTube or videos I've seen online, stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Are you still really close to your family?
Some.
Okay.
Yeah, some. Yeah.
Some?
Yeah, some.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah.
Okay. You ain't got to say if you don't want to. I just ask. Because if I ask you, say you're more than welcome to. If you don't, then we'll move on. You ain't forced to do that at all, period, baby. But I ask because I know people want to know. Because people like other people's problems. Amen. So wherever you sit now, you on a green sofa. You feel comfortable? Yeah. You do? Is it cushy? We just cleaned the cushions. We only clean the cushions twice a year. This is what the times we clean them. I'm being silly.
and also want to know something. I'm trying to get the hang of it. But anyway, like, okay, I had like a business partner.
Okay.
He was the one that kind of got me who I am, like, to this very day. So shout out to Atreyu.
Atreyu, like the never-ending story. Yeah. I'm so old. Atreyu.
So I want to say before I met him, whenever I went to it didn't matter. Like the store, down the street, parties, I will always kind of have like this, not like a negative vibe, but always not like pleasing to be around. Like as far as like
you said you weren't pleasing to be around?
Like kind of.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
So when I met Atreyu, or been knowing him, we had a conversation about something. And then he said, hey, I want you to do something for me. I'm like, what is that? He said, like, from now on, whenever you go to like a party, a function, down the street, wherever, I want you to start smiling more. And it's like, why? And he said, like, just do it. Like, you don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it tomorrow. Whenever you feel comfortable, just start smiling. And to me, it was kind of like weird because, you know, when you try to do something that you kind of don't want to do, it can
it's forced.
Too forced. Yeah. So one time I was out and about. I was walking to a building somewhere, and I thought about what he said. So just for like a few seconds, I just started to smile, but it was more like a fake smile. But it was like, okay, you know, this shouldn't last nothing more than 10 seconds, you know? So.
But that's a long smile, actually, 10 seconds.
Yeah. But it was like, okay, I'm going to just do it and just see what he's talking about.
Okay.
So as I was walking, I, you know, put my head up high and I just started to smile. Within like the first 10 seconds, I want to say 3 people was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Have a nice day.
See?
And it's like, wow. So that's why he wanted me to smile.
The energy out there.
Yeah,
the positive.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So now I kind of do it whenever I'm out.
So what type of reception do you receive from people today? Because of course, yes, sometimes people can be very, very negative, very harsh.
Yes.
But what do you typically receive if you're out and about?
Of course, I get stares, but it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. Like it did.
Me either.
Like it doesn't bother me at all because you know I know what I look like. I know who I am. I'm secure, you know, within myself.
Right.
So whenever somebody looks at me, I just smile, you know, just to see if they're gonna say hi or what's up, you know. So yeah. But,
are you dating?
No.
Do you want to date?
No.
No.
You don't? I saw you post something about somebody with, and you wanted to, so you don't have that sentiment anymore about wanting to date? Because I saw you posting that you wanted to find somebody for yourself. You don't want to date anymore?
No.
Is there a reason why you changed your mind?
Yeah, because I'm focused on loving myself more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Eventually, do you want to date?
Yeah. Eventually.
Are you open to it?
Because
I be seeing you post your thirst trap pictures too.
Yeah.
I see them. I love it. I was like, yes, honey. I live for all that kind of carry it on. I'm silly. Yeah. But so I'm like, you know, and I say thirst trap because you know that attracts attention.
Yeah.
From, you know,
exactly.
Loved ones, darling, and all that kind of good stuff. Yes. But you're not open to that at this point. Don't slide the DMs, honey. It ain't happening. You don't want it.
That's a good question. It's kind of like, I don't know, because I don't know what the future holds, you know. But somebody did say if I do have children, get married first, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Do you have any shout outs now that you can think of? I know you didn't think of that.
Shout out to everybody tuning in on the live.
Yes.
For Kenny Dog.
Let me see. I'm going to get a shout out. Hold
on. Okay.
Shout out to Desiree Johnson.
Hey, Desiree.
Okay. Shout out to Frankie Ali.
Hey, Frankie Ali.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Howard.
Shout out to Chris Howard.
Yeah. Let's see. Shout out to my cousin Krissa.
Hi, cousin Krissa.
Let's see. Who else? Shout out to let's see. Shout out to Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Lance. Hi, Lance.
And shout out to my boy CJ Reed.
Hi, CJ Reed.
Yeah. And shout out to Janice.
Oh, Janice.
Yeah.
Hi, Janice, darling.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to share?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Kenny, I'm about to put you in the plop seat now. So I'm about to ask you this little series of questions. You just answer them off the top of your head. We're just going to go right through it, okay?
Wait. Is it nothing too embarrassing?
No.
Okay.
It's the plop seat. It's fun.
Okay.
Okay? It's going to give people a little insight about you without asking you questions that are like directly towards you.
Okay.
You like that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to communication,
Okay.
are you talk or text?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm more to talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that wasn't embarrassing, was it?
No.
They're all like that.
But I'll say because sometimes like texting can lead to like bad communication.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And a lot of people
I'm a
make
talker
that
too.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't like to do a lot of texting. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'd rather just hear your voice and how you respond. You know.
Giselle, really quickly, Giselle says you have a lot of self-confidence. She says, put into action your transformation. Walk it, speak it, and believe it.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
And Dino says, shout out to you all. He would love to come on here and be interviewed by us. Okay, Dino, we'll talk to you, bro. But anyway, when was the last time, next question, when was the last time you cried?
The last time I cried?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I cried was when my grandmother passed away.
Okay. What's your favorite cuss word?
I can say it.
Yeah, I've been cussing the whole fucking time we've been here. It's internet radio, baby. You can cuss. What's your favorite cuss word?
Or not.
What's your favorite cuss word?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. What is the most amount of money you spent or given to one person?
The most amount of money spent.
Or given to one person. Or given to one person. Just on one person.
$50.
Okay. This question is, we ask this only everybody, every single week that since we've been doing this, everyone has gotten different questions. So nobody's had the same question except for this one question. We always give this one to everybody.
Okay.
If there was an envelope that had the day that you were going to die on it, would you open it?
No.
Good answer.
No.
What are you most passionate about? What are you most passionate about? What most just like fuels you and gets you going that you just have all like you can just talk about for hours and hours?
How society can make you how like our looks. You know, like if that makes sense.
Your looks are more important than anything at all.
No, your looks are not important.
What I'm saying, how society makes your looks more important than anything.
Yeah.
Okay. If life was a computer and you got to choose you had to choose one of two options, would you rather copy and paste life or undo real life?
Wait a second, ask that again.
If you had to use the functions, in the editing, like in Word, or when you're doing typing, and how there's this copy and paste, and how there's undo. In real life, would you rather copy and paste or undo?
Undo.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could belong to any TV family, which one would it be?
Any TV family, like TV shows?
Any one of them.
I want to say the Cosby.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my answer. I was like, the Cosbys.
Yeah,
What do you need every morning?
Every morning.
Mm-hmm.
A conversation with God.
Yes, come on. Yeah. And what movie made you laugh the hardest?
I want to say Norbit.
Norbit? How you doing? Come on. You know what? You're out of the plop seat. Yeah, you did good. Was that embarrassing? It was not. See, we're not here to embarrass people. We're friends. Okay. Okay, friends. Well, listen, you have been now tell the friends right now how they can get in contact with you. if they haven't already.
Okay, well, you can get in contact with me on my Instagram.
That's right.
iKenDog.
Okay.
Spell that for him.
The letter IKENDAWG.
Yeah, you have to be very specific to people, the general public.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a Facebook?
A Facebook? Yeah. It's Kenny Matthews.
Okay.
Do you have room for any more followers? So many people, friends. You know, I see people friends, they be like, ain't no room, no more room.
Well, you know what? I actually maxed out with my friends like 3 times in a year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why I asked that.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I understand. Yeah. So friends, listen, that was Ken Dog.
Yeah.
And he's here with us for the rest of the time that we're here. And so we will be coming right back and we'll do a little flip and rotate. He'll still be here. If you have any more questions, you can give us a call here again at 310-910-9676, option 1. Or you can go on to iKenDog, IKENDAWG, or you can go to Sacha Granger, or you can go to PLOPP Life or Deshon Gray or on any social media platform, and you will be able to chat with us there and we will read your comments. We'd love to do so. We'll be right back after this small song.
Yeah.
Turn me up, turn me up. That was Whitney Houston. My love is your love, honey. Because it's the love show today. We haven't talked about love at all this year, honey, but we're talking about love today. But before we get to the love, we're going to flip and rotate. We're going to flip and rotate. Some of these things that are going on, as Miss Granger said earlier in the show, there's a couple of things we want to flip and rotate about. That sounds you hear if you're listening to us on YouTube is the sofa cushions. We are now preparing to clean the place our ass is sat. So we're flipping the cushions. We're looking under there, see what we lost, see what we're looking for, whatever the case may be. And we're going to flip them back up and sit down on a nice, clean, fluffy sofa. First up in the flip and rotate, Barcelona. Barcelona court has acquitted 5 men of rape due to the victim being unconscious. The victim that they're speaking about is a 14-year-old girl. Apparently, there was a party in a abandoned abandoned building somewhere in Spain. And they were there. It was late and there were plenty of booze. Am I 50? Alcohol and drugs flowing. And they fed this little girl drugs and alcohol. And 5 of the men proceeded to rape her. They said that she was, because of the drugs and alcohol, of course, by this time she was unconscious. And the reason why the crime did not fit, the reason why they were not convicted of rape is because the crime itself did not fit the legal definition of rape. And if you're watching us, I'm holding up air quotes. It did not fit the legal definition of rape because the teenage victim didn't fight back.
Sad.
Right. This is why, like we were saying earlier, when you, and like we say all the time really here, when you are here in America, you think that those same rights are like put everywhere else in the world are transferred west, and they don't. Mm-hmm. It was very terrible, but because I guess under Spanish law, a sexual attack can only be classified as an assault of rape if the perpetrator uses violence or intimidation. And the court says because the young lady was unconscious, she is not able to decipher whether or not they used force. Right. Even though it's been proven that they did do this to her. So the government is receiving backlash because they're wanting to reform the law that any sexual act without consent is a sexual assault.
Right.
Yeah.
Any sexual contact with somebody without consent is assault.
Mm-hmm.
The man did get 10 to 12 years because this situation happened in 2016. They were just convicted this week or last Thursday, I believe. But they did get sentenced to 10 to 12 years because of because it wasn't classified as rape. So they would have gotten longer. But I guess it was another sort of sexual situation. I guess the court said the victim was able to determine whether or not she accepted or she opposed the sex because of her being unconscious. But they did not classify it as rape. But they did say, I guess, because they had sex with her in an intense and denigrating, degenerative manner. So guess what? That's what their conviction was.
That's all.
That's it. And the people are upset.
Well,
yeah. Because they're like, well, who the hell is coming up with this? Like, how do you fit? And then she's a minor.
Can I get a shout out real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Shout out to Shaheen. What's up, Shaheen?
Shaheen.
What's good? He's like one of my best friends here in LA. He's a deaf dancer.
Okay. Hi, Shaheen.
Oh, yeah. I think he visited my son's school.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. No, I don't know him, but you went to my son's school, Kentwood Elementary.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because he was excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then coincidentally, that's when I.
Okay. What's up, Shaheen? I'm doing a radio interview. Okay.
But yeah, the people are like, it's very awful, and they should have gotten life, and there is no justice in that. That is absolutely correct. But they did award the young lady $13,000.
That's it?
Yeah.
On top of the insult. Here you go. 13.
And there were two other men who were there at the party who were completely and totally acquitted and exonerated of everything. They didn't get nothing. They just got to go home. Mm-hmm. They did. Also, some other sad shit that's going on just around the world. In China, there was a 13-year-old boy by the name of Kai, C-A-I, who killed a 10-year-old girl, and he cannot be charged under their law. Anyone who commits a crime, or any person 13 and under who commits a crime, cannot be charged with anything. So what happened was the young lady was dropped off to art class by her brother on a Sunday. This happened, I think, last week. On Sunday, she was at art class from 1 o'clock to 3. Her parents saw her when it's over, come home. I guess she was walking home, and the young man who was 13 years old tricked her or lured her into his home. He sexually assaulted her. Then he stabbed her to death, and he dropped her body off. They lived in the same neighborhood, and someone found the body. But they didn't know each other. But they lived in the same neighborhood. And because he's not 14, he will not be criminally charged. He was sent to a rehab center. And
rehab for murder?
I guess that's what they do.
Wow.
They don't have it. But they said that this is the situation. They've had this happen before because of this particular law. They've had 2 children, 12 and 13. Their parents reprimanded them, so they killed them, and they got off. They killed the parents because they punished them. Just never know.
Wow.
It's crazy. Dino said that was his thought. He'd go full Rambo. You damn right. As you should. But the parents found her body near their home. So they, like I said, they lived in the same neighborhood, but they weren't acquainted.
Wow.
Yeah. Jesus. In Senegal, they have legalized sex work.
It should be legal here too.
Well, it should be. In some places, I guess it is. Yeah. This is the thing. Okay, so
what is it, A+?
What is sex work?
Prostitution, hoeing. You know what sex work
right.
is.
You already know.
Hoeing is legal in Senegal. Prostitution is legal. But it's regulated by a health policy that's given by the government. So if you want to be a hoe, and I'm just gonna put it in layman's terms, if you want to hoe out, prostitute out, whatever the case may be in Senegal, you have to go to a government clinic. You have to get tested. You get a series of tests, not for STDs, but for STIs, because there's a difference.
It is.
Well,
same thing. Wording.
Vernacular.
Right. That's it. Same thing.
Semantics.
It's sort of, but there's some STIs that are not STDs and vice versa. But then they test you for that. They give you free condoms. A nurse stamps your head. That's the smaller point. Then a nurse stamps your ID card and gives you a carnet sanitaire, and you are able to work. But what the women do is they travel. Most of the women travel like an hour and a half to 2 hours away because they don't want to do it in there where people can find out about it. Because the thing about it is the Senegal is 96% Muslim. Oh. So they don't want their families to know that they're doing this. They also...
But what person would want their family, no matter what area of the world you live in, to know that you are a prostitute?
I mean,
some don't care.
Don't give no fuss.
Most would not want their family to know that's how they made their living.
Well, I want to get, you know what, that would have to be something that would be subjective because it depends on who the people that you know. So if most of the people that you know are not prostitutes, then that would be a very valid thing to say. But if you know a lot of prostitutes, then you know. Yeah. I mean, you know, Mary Poppins down there. I'll introduce you. Remember Maria and all them girls. They didn't give a shit about that.
Doesn't mean that just because you hang with other prostitutes, I want my family to know that I'm hoeing. That makes no sense.
Well, if they look at it as work and it's legal, why? I mean, it's legal. It's legal.
Just because it's legal.
Well, the reason why they don't is because of the. I don't think it has anything to do with their family. It has to do with the fact that it's a Muslim. It's 96% Muslim, and they don't want them to know. They go to discreet locations and prostitute. And in the program, you must register with the police. You must get monthly sexual health screenings.
Just monthly?
Monthly sexual health screenings.
More than that in the porn industry.
Yeah, they do, but I mean that's not prostitution either. I mean, I get, and people have different views on that, but just for the sake of this conversation, it's not. They don't because porn stars wouldn't say that they're prostitutes. They don't say that. They get offended by that. But. You know, I feel what you're saying, Miss Granger. I understand you have a sex for money, but they would say, this is art and all this stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you doing it on camera? No, okay, that's fine. But right, but they do it monthly. I mean, but shit, that's really enough. I mean, when you think about it, it may not be a lot, but a lot of people is out here fucking out of both draw legs and don't go that often. So that's something. But you must test negatives for STIs, and you must carry your ID card of your health status on it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if you are a prostitute and you contract HIV, they give you free antiretroviral therapy. Then you can continue to work. So if you catch it, capture it. But this is where it gets.
If you capture it.
If you catch it. If you capture it, catch it, whatever the case may be. Then they give you the free, therapy, and then you can go out and work. They said, but this is the thing.
Wait, they'll give you therapy?
Well, the medicine. Okay. They'll take care of all that for free, and then you can go back to work. As long as you're under their care. But they say they have the highest rate of controlling HIV by like 0.4% because of this. Like they have the lowest amount. They have a low amount in that area because of this.
Right.
However, they said that there are some women out there who are prostituting who are not registered.
Of course.
There's some who are not registered. Right. So they kind of fall through the They kind of fall through the cracks.
Right.
And so they said that the program is also too is like this gives the police an opportunity to exploit the women. The women are mad because they don't want to have the card attached to it. Like some of the women were like, they don't want a family member to find their car. They don't want a family member to know that they're on the registration list as being a registered prostitute. They said that there's a lot of stigma around that, and you must be 21 years old or over, and that because homosexuality again is illegal here, the men cannot do it. So they're like, so that means registration law, because they have fucked up ass police everywhere you go. So some of the ladies are pissed off because what the police are doing is they're like going to some of the women who they know are registered prostitutes, and they're going to them and saying, hey, if you don't give me some money, they're robbing them. They're like, if you don't give me money, they blackmail and tell them, I'm gonna tell your family you're a prostitute. Or they'll go report to like some of the, temples and whatnot and tell them that so-and-so is prostitute if you don't give me money. Right. So the police out there doing some shady shit, like they do when they have drug dealers out here. Right. But they said that they're the whatever percentage of people that are having HIV, they said that because they're blaming the sex workers for contracting it throughout the area. Which to me doesn't make any sense, because if you are taking care of these women and you're making them go to screenings and you're knowing their status, that means they're getting it from the Johns. They're getting it from their clients, because some of the women are like, especially for the unregistered ones, they're like they're getting robbed. So the only kind of benefit that the women who are registered have is that if someone robs them or whatever, they can go to the police because they have a card. Hey, this man did A, B, and C. But if you're not, the men basically, a lot of them were like their clients came, robbed them, had sex with them unprotected, and they fled. They fled. And they have no recourse, because if they go to the police, they're going to get put to jail. And so also too with the program, if you miss one of your monthly visits, you can go to jail for 6 months. And once you're registered for life. So hoe is life. Once you register for life. Like you say, I'm good. Because some of the women are like, you know what? I want to open up a computer, store where I can fix on computers, whatever. And they're like, you still got to be registered as a prostitute, even if you're out the game.
Still? So yeah. A sex offender here?
Once you register for life. So that's what that is over there, child. Anything, you have any thoughts about that?
No.
Kenny said no.
None at all?
No.
Lastly, too, we were talking mentioned too that JP Morgan and Chase is deciding, you know what? We are going to hire people who have criminal backgrounds. And they said, the CEO said he wants to give people with criminal backgrounds a second chance at a good job because he wants to level the playing field. He says the United States right now is boasting on having the lowest unemployment rate. Unemployment rate in the last 50 years. But he said that's not entirely true, because you're not including the people who cannot get jobs. Because if you have prior convictions, they're making it very hard for you in order to get jobs. So it's almost like you are pipelining them back into jail. Like, what other options do you have when your back is against the wall? You're trying to get out and be, rehabilitated and go back into society that you've paid your debt to. And they're like, well, you can't get no job. Because JP Morgan and has also gone so far as to take do you have a criminal background off of the application. They don't even ask you. They don't even ask you.
That's really
They said last year they hired 10% of their new hires had criminal backgrounds, anywhere from DUIs to drug possession to disorderly conduct, anything like that. It was like that's about 2,100 people that they have hired that have criminal backgrounds, and which is awesome because he's, the CEO is like, everyone needs access to economic opportunity. And when someone can't get their foot in the door, it's bad for communities and for businesses.
It's true though. But why did it take them to do that? Because,
a bank.
Everybody knows that when that on the application, you are being just set up for failure.
Set up for a no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
That's why
thanks.
a lot of people try to hide it and say, no, I haven't, because they already know once you see that, 9 times out of 10, you are not going to be hired.
You're not going to, they're like, no.
But you want me to be honest with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you won't give me a chance because of this felony.
Right. But he was like, but you can reduce all that, back and forth and going back and forth to jail by just giving people by giving them opportunity in education. If you educate the people and give them opportunity, more than likely they're not going to be repeat offenders. And they're also going to invest $7 billion into community organizations in areas like Detroit, Nashville, and Chicago to support communities, to support organizations that deal with people who have a criminal past.
Right.
So that's pretty awesome. So shouts out to them. So anybody out there, friends, we like to keep you all informed about what's going on, whatever, but also something helpful. So if you did a little, you know, had a little couple of snafus in your past, because we all got a pass. I know I do. But you know, I'm not looking for a job at the bank. But if I do need a job, I can go to JP and that's my bank anyway. They're not gonna ask me about my situation. Well. So if you are one of the friends out there, or have a friend, or know a friend, or a relative, whatever, tell them to go look into the JP Morgan. And they're not just giving, it's not just like, you know, janitorial jobs and stuff like that, because they don't even have no janitorials. They don't even have no janitors in banks or whatever. It's actual entry-level jobs. So it's transaction processing, account servicing, you know, stuff like that. Like for real. Yeah, it's big. That's huge. I love it. And you have any thoughts on that, baby? Okay. Nothing. We're just gonna smile and vibe. That's all good. Well, you got some thoughts on love, don't you? Huh? You got some thoughts on love, don't you?
Love?
Yeah. You do. You do.
You think so?
I know so. I can see it in your eyes. So we're going to take a little break and we're going to come back and we're talking about our topic, which is love. Love, love. I love you. That's Kendrick. They ready. We ready. A plus, you want to talk about love?
Nah, you can start it off.
Oh, I'm gonna start it off, but I'm just asking you want to talk about love. You've been in love.
I can chime in.
You talk about love. We talk about love every Tuesday in the car. We didn't have a camera. We didn't have a camera in that car, honey. We have some sessions, honey. Taxi cab confections, honey. Anyway, friends, we are back. Plop, people of other people's problems. We're here. And we are talking today about love. So please go online to all social media outlets and follow us and listen and like and subscribe and hit the bell if you're on YouTube, because we would love to have you as a follower. Hi, Althea. We would love to have you on here. And if you want to talk to us, you want to comment about love, call us here. Because Kenny's still here, ain't you?
Yes.
You here?
Yeah.
310-910-9676 extension 1. Love, a word that comes and no. See, that's why I told you singing wasn't my ministry. You heard that? No. It's not. But what's love? Or what Tina said, what love got to do with it? Love. There's no Webster. I mean, there is a dictionary definition of love, but find it. Does it have several definitions? Does it list everything? Like everyone has a different thing about love. What's up with love? You like you're preparing to give a soliloquy on A+.
What's the scripture in the Bible?
Oh, come on.
Love is patient.
Love is kind.
Love is kind, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is that scripture? What is it? Do you know?
That's Corinthians, isn't it?
Is it Corinthians? I think 4:13. My bad. That's Philippians.
That's Philippians.
One of them though. That's the breakdown.
4 and 30.
Love is kind. Love is whatever. You feel me?
What is
but
love, everybody?
More importantly, though, love is unconditional.
Is it?
Absolutely. It should be.
Is it?
Let me tell you, it should be, but let me tell you something. It's so funny you said that because me and Talisa, hey Talisa, right? We were hanging out yesterday and we had a conversation. We're talking about love. And we know that there is not a human on this earth that does not give their love without condition. God is the only one who loves you unconditionally. We are, I think that's a template, but all of us have a condition of our love. We all do.
We're not perfect, so.
No, we're not. We're trying to. But you know, but what does love give?
Security.
Okay.
What are you, a belonging to? Yeah. I'm thinking with y'all. You feel me?
I mean, you know, I'm just like, you know what, when you think about, since you mentioned in the Bible, you know, you speak this in the Bible and I'm be ready. But you know what, when I think about what love gives, I think about, I think about John 3:16. God said he gave his only son. So I think love gives everything. Love gives all. Love gives everything.
Basically.
Yeah.
Any feelings on that?
No. Nothing about what do you love?
Everything. I think it's everything. No matter how you feel.
Well, I'm focused on loving myself more. for.
That's love.
That is.
Yeah.
That's a love.
And taking care of myself. Because I had to take care of myself before I take care of another person.
If you smart, you should. Come on.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's wisdom.
Yeah, seriously. So, but yeah.
I think people express love and receive love differently.
5 love languages.
5 love languages. I did write them down. You know what they are?
Yeah.
What are they?
You got acts of service.
Come on.
You have quality time.
Yep.
You have physical touch.
Yep.
You have receiving gifts.
Yep.
And I forgot the 5th.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
What's your love language?
Yes.
Judging by your conversation that we always have, I'm gonna say, I would like to say that you have more than one, but if I have to pick one of those things,
let's say 2 of them.
2 of them
are very strong. I mean, there is a one. There is a
physical touch,
but 2 of them for sure.
Physical touch.
What a coincidence! We're talking about love and Keisha Cole.
Yeah, no, it's not a coincidence. It's purpose. That was on purpose. Physical touch and quality time.
Sacha.
No, why are you gonna come to me?
I want you to guess.
What I think?
Yeah.
Quality time and words of affirmation.
Deshon wins, but switch it.
Oh, really?
Quality time first and physical touch.
I told we had them conversations. I'll be listening.
Give it down by no gifts.
No, where's the affirmation?
I don't care less about that.
What's your
I need words.
Yeah,
what's your word? I was gonna say, what is your love language, Sacha?
I need words.
Tell me you love me. Tell me I'm pretty.
I need words.
You need words?
Yeah, I'm more than cute. And,
you say you more than what?
I'm more than cute.
She's more than cute.
I have to pay, yes.
She's more than cute. Really?
Yes.
After acts of service and
words of affirmation and quality time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your love language, Kenny, baby?
Yeah, I don't really care about no touching.
You don't know? Did you hear what they were?
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, gifts, or acts of service.
I have to pick one of those.
You can pick all of them you want to, but pick one too.
What do you gravitate more towards? Or what makes you feel more love?
I want to say loyalty. Really?
Loyalty's not one of the ones I said, but we'll take that. Loyalty, maybe that would fall under. What would that fall
acts
under?
Of service.
Quality. Nah, I was gonna say quality time, but nah, because you can be loyal and not spend
no time.
No time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, mine is physical. Touch me. Touch me, goddammit.
Yeah.
Touch me, motherfucker. Touch me. Rub me, touch me, all that. You love me if you touch me. Because I'm a hugger and I'm a toucher. So I like touching and acts of service. Do what the fuck you don't have to say. You ain't got to say shit to me. Because I feel like action, none of us are action anyway. So I'm like, do it. If you do it, I'm like, oh yeah, that motherfucker love me. I'll see what you're doing.
So time doesn't matter. I feel like time should be.
Time does actually matter, but it matters.
So even for like 10 minutes, you better rub all over. You better rub me down.
But if you touching me, you got to be with me, right?
I don't think so, right?
Can somebody touch you from somewhere else?
What you mean?
You saying quality time. I'm like, if you touching me, that means you with me, right?
Well,
no.
Yeah.
Because if I could be with you and not touch you.
But I said it. But touch is my. But you can't. Can you go down the street and touch me from down the street?
No.
So that means you're spending time with me if you touch me.
But I guess what I was trying to say is like, so 10 minutes of physical touch would be fine. That's what I mean by.
No, don't touch me for no 10 minutes.
10 minutes ain't enough time. You know what I mean? I need like.
Don't touch me. Talisa Ray said hers are quality time and acts of service.
Come on, acts of service.
She want to be treated right. That's what it is. She want to be pampered.
Yeah.
As long as you reciprocate.
Yeah. But see the touch matters though. Because if you touch somebody in a way that's not loving, then that's not love.
true.
That's something else.
Yo, touch can be very healing too.
It is. It is skin to skin. That's everything. That's you have to say. You have to be there. Even when you first have your baby, don't they tell you to put your baby on your skins? That's touch. You can feel. I mean, because somebody can touch you. You just be like, oh my God, your touch is. Their touch. They touch is distant to you. So that's why I say touch is for me. Touch me. You know what it was? God damn it. But you know what? When I think, or you tell me what you all feel about when you understand other people's languages and how they identify. Do you feel like that helps you to fall in love more deeply? Now, these could also be not necessarily intimate. It could be like, relationships with non-intimate or sexual relationships as well.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Because I do think, you got to remove yourself out of the situation sometimes. To show that love, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like being interested in someone else's interests.
Come on.
You might not necessarily be interested in. Hell yeah.
I think it's sometimes doing shit you don't feel like doing. Like you love somebody, and you're like, I don't really feel like it, but I'm gonna get up and go do it. And I'm not gonna make you feel a way about it because I love you. Because if I do it and I make you feel a way about it, that's obligation. That's hired help. That's not love.
A lot of parents and their kids, I'm sure they don't want to have to get up all early in the morning and drop their kids off. Sometimes if they don't have to go.
Do we like getting up in the morning, Sacha?
Okay, so you know that.
Hell nah. Fighting traffic.
Right.
And sometimes fight the kids. Could you get up and come? I'm not going to school. You going?
For real.
Yes, it is like that. I mean, but you know what? Do you think love has an out? Is there a loophole in love?
I don't know what you mean by an out, but we got 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
We say live on Instagram, we can say the kind of love. What do you mean by out?
And out. Can you get out of love? Can you? People say say they fall in and out of love. Like, can you fall in and out? Is there an out? Is there a way out? Like, you know what? I'm out of this. There is.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. So is that love based on a feeling then? Like, what's an out?
If you stop doing any of those things that any of the 5 listed, it's out.
We do thank you so much for tuning into PLOPP Life. You can stay on to us with our little Instagram and stuff like that, and we will tell you who's going to be here next week and what our topic's going to be. Thank you so much, Mr. Kendall.
You're welcome.
Plop out, darling.
Thank you.
So do you think there's an out? You can get out of love? You feel like you can get out of love?
Yeah.
But what do you, I still don't, I guess I'm just not grasping the concept out of love. Like, so
like,
no
okay.
interest in the person?
Well, no, like, is there something, like, is there something a person